Selena Gomez, a pop star, actress, and philanthropist who, at the height of her fame, publicly hit the lowest of lows. Selena Gomez has opened up about how she came to terms with her bipolar diagnosis, living with mental illness, and how it has affected the past few years of her life in her forthcoming documentary, Selena Gomez, My Mind and Me. The film will explore 6 years of her life, covering her struggles with her mental health, lupus, and her kidney transplant. Selena Gomez publicly confirmed that she had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder in 2020 during a live stream on Instagram with her fellow former Disney star, Miley Cyrus. Since then, the Rare Beauty founder has been using her platform to raise awareness about mental health, both by hosting conversations with experts and shedding light on various issues through her projects. It all started in 2018 when Selena began hearing voices in the thick of her revival tour, but according to the documentary, she didn't know what was happening. Her assistant, Teresa, said that the singer was hearing all of these voices and they just kept getting louder and louder and louder. She was eventually taken to a treatment center for psychosis. News of Selena Gomez's hospitalization was reported by TMZ, which is how her mother, Mandy Teefey, found out she was in treatment, but details of her stay have remained private until now. Selena reportedly doesn't remember much from this time, but in the documentary, friends say she was suffering from paranoia and was almost unrecognizable. It was then that she was finally diagnosed with bipolar disorder. In the doc, Teresa recalled the moment she realized the revival tour needed to be called off. At one point, she's like, "I don't want to be alive right now. I don't want to live," Teresa said. It was one of those moments where you look into her eyes and there's nothing there. It's pitch black. She admitted that she initially didn't want to seek treatment. "I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to go to the mental health hospital," she says in the documentary. "I didn't want to, but I didn't want to be trapped in myself and my mind anymore. I thought my life was over. I thought, this is what my life's going to be like forever." Speaking with Rolling Stone, Selena Gomez said she started to feel like she was not in control of what she was feeling, whether that was really great or really bad, in her early 20s. She went on to describe periods of mania followed by depression so severe she could barely get out of bed. It would start with depression, then it would go into isolation. Then it just was me not being able to move from my bed. I didn't want anyone to talk to me. She also suffered from suicidal thoughts and ideation for a few years, telling the magazine, "I thought the world would be better if I wasn't there." Treatment for Selena's bipolar disorder was tricky. She told Rolling Stone that the clinic overprescribed meds that made her feel gone, she said, of the effect the drugs had on her. "There was no part of me that was there anymore." After she left the center, her medication was retooled by a psychiatrist. "I had to detox, essentially, from the medications I was on. I had to learn how to remember certain words," she said. "I would forget where I was when we were talking. It took a lot of hard work for me to accept that I was bipolar, but learn how to deal with it because it wasn't going to go away." Selena Gomez views My Mind and Me as a kind of extension of her mental health advocacy. Though she hesitated on whether or not to sign off on its release, she was eventually swayed by an audience's emotional response to a test screening. "I was like, okay, if I can just do that for one person, imagine what it could do." Eventually, I just kind of went for it. I just said yes. Beyond the documentary, she started the Rare Impact Fund with the goal of raising $100 million for mental health advocacy, launched Wondermind, a website and newsletter that focuses on mental fitness and bringing mental health resources to fans, and is in touch with the Biden White House, working with Surgeon General Vivek Murthy on mental health. She hopes to one day help develop a school curriculum on mental health to be taught in schools. "There's so much to be said about being connected to your emotions and having that intelligence," she says in the documentary. "You're kind of effed if you don't understand. You have no empathy. You have no way of connecting with people because you don't even know how to." She made it clear that despite the documentary and her career success, she isn't cured. "I'm not fine and just back to a happy life," she told Rolling Stone. She worries that she won't be able to carry children while on her current bipolar medications, and the magazine reported that she's done dialectical and cognitive behavioral therapy in an effort to make bipolar my friend. Her bipolar disorder is not something that will ever simply go away, so she tries to focus on the positives. "I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the psychotic break, if it wasn't for my diagnosis," she told the magazine. "I'm depressed thinking about who I would be." At the end of the documentary, she says she tries to remind herself to respect her needs. When you're struggling with your mental health, the essential part of it is knowing what to do and recognizing that, she said. "It's something that I'm not ashamed of." Selena also has lupus, an autoimmune disease sometimes triggered by stress, which prompted her to need a kidney transplant in 2017. She spoke of possibly needing another donor in the future, as her donated kidney may only last for 30 years. "It's fine," she said. "I might be like, peace out anyway." I mean, this is how Selena Gomez became the mental health champion we all needed. Her raw candor about tending to her own mental well-being has provided inspiration and comfort to countless people, including me, obviously. And that is definitely something to celebrate. She is not alone, and neither are we. But that is it for now.